What season is this for us, Alex? 9?
Welcome to the Orlando Lions Den Podcast, your number one Orlando City podcast. For the fans, by the fans. For the fans, by the fans. Keeping you in the know on all things Orlando City since 2018.
First episode of a new season, and I got all the pregame tweets off before we're live. Kicking off year number 9 of the Orlando Lions Den podcast, and I got two of the handsomest guys on the planet with me. Mr. Swag, Eddie Cruz. How you guys doing?
Good, man. Good to be back. 2026. Excited, nervous. Alex got his beard back. Everything's going, ready to go.
I was going to say now that yeah, I was gonna say you're back flying again, but you're not flying to the point where you can't have the beard. Is that what's going on?
Yeah, I'm trying to get there as fast as possible. But but yeah, I can.
Will you fly for the New York Yankees? You can have a beard.
No. Nowhere. They say it's the oxygen mask, but I don't think so. But yeah, I'll be hopefully by end of this year. Definitely, this is a goal.
By the end of this year, you're going to be taking me on those crappy flights up to Rochester. I could tell you that.
Yes, that'll be me. Yep.
Away days.
Flying to Birmingham, Alabama.
Hopefully they don't send me there, but regardless, though, I am so excited to be back with you guys. I'm excited to talk a little bit of ball. I completely forgot to bring up the sponsor things. So we'll start there because I did not get them prepared. So first, shout out to Chad McGibbon. If you're trying to buy a house in the Central Florida area, Chad's got you covered at Chad McGibbon on Twitter. You can use the QR code on the screen if you're watching along. And if you are looking to buy a house as well, you probably need to finance that house. Hit up Leo with the Epic Mortgage Team powered by U Mortgage. 407-844-7696. If you're trying to buy a home, refinance a home, anything like that, he's got you covered. Shout out to Hourglass Brewing. We will see if we're going to go ahead and re-release No Mango No Party, or maybe we'll do something different this year. Don't know what the plans are. I'll hit up my boy Juan and we'll see if we're going to still do something. But shout out Hourglass Brewing for being cool homies. And last but certainly not least, Eddie, do you want to go ahead and let us know what's new in the world of insurance? I know you guys had some freezing temperatures down there. Are the people okay?
The people are okay. Yes. And the insurance world is exciting as ever. So if I could help reach out to me, especially life insurance, I'm going to focus on that. Yeah. A lot of anything could happen at any time, fellas. Don't leave your family hanging. So let me reach out to me. And if I could help, and if you're, there are some companies that actually drop rates. If you're a lucky Progressive customer, open that mail. They actually send a few refunds to people in Florida, believe it or not. They make too much money. So one of my customers called me and said, "What is this $17.36 for?" I said, "Don't spend it in one place. That's a refund."
Hey, man,
true story.
This is now I'm going to go ahead and Alex will totally agree with me. You go to take that $17, you go to Target, buy yourself a pack of basketball cards. It's called investment. You never know. You might get that Cooper Flag rookie card. It's going to be worth something one day.
That's it. Yeah. Hey, hope the Eagles.
Actually, no. I say that, but Alex also is going to disagree with me or not agree with me because those blaster packs actually suck. So,
oh yeah, pretty rare to do anything good there.
Yeah, I've gotten one okay card from one once, and I was just like, oh, all right. Well, I've spent how much money on these to get one decent card? Thank you, David, for saying welcome back. We are excited to be back, and really, guys,
David's killing it this off season.
Yeah, he's killing it, man. He's been doing stuff with LPO. He's been writing up a bunch of stuff. So if you're not, I believe it's Fladoodler, I think is the Twitter handle.
I'm sure you say that right.
I'm hoping I'm saying it right. That's what you want to be following. He did some great stuff writing up about all of our draft picks. Always cool stuff to see because we kill it with the draft. But there's been some movement. There's been some things happening with the roster, and I figure we'll go ahead and jump right into the big piece. And that's how Luis Muriel's gone. I don't. That's really not the big piece, but are we all relieved?
Are we talking about weight? Are we talking about weight? Then it is.
I mean, I don't know. To be fair, he hasn't played for junior yet because he's been too busy at Junior Colombian Burger. But
I was dying when
no.
the guy who signed it was like, "Yeah, he needs to lose a couple pounds." We're like, "No,
that had to have been the best part of this offseason is we were all talking so much crap about the fact that he came into camp overweight every year and he wasn't really that good and like at least for the money, and everyone's like, "No, he loves our club so much. He's so excited to come play for us." And then the guy who brought him in is like, "Yeah, he came in a little overweight."
Bro, this guy, he's gonna go get home cooking. You don't think he's gonna? Bro, you ever met a Hispanic mother? Yeah. So
I mean, you got a point.
Yeah.
But no, I just threw this in there because I was like, obviously, we all knew this was going to happen throughout this year. I will say, credit to Ricardo. Going to go ahead and give him the golf clap on this. There was no buyout.
How? I don't know.
I basically think what we did is we just gave them a free transfer. You can have them, sign them to whatever deal you want, and if for some reason you sell them for anything, we get the money from that. Basically, it's pretty much what the deal is, which is kind of crazy.
Are you allowed to do that?
I mean,
don't tell Miami.
No. They already got somebody figuring out something crazy with their deals, so I think they're fine. But them in Montreal, they just for some reason whenever they're in a pinch, Montreal is always there and always helps out. I don't understand how it's always them, but I know, but like, do I? I don't know. So, but Alex, I'll go to you first. Is there any parting words you have for Luis Muriel? Or are you sad, or are you how are we feeling?
But we haven't replaced him yet. Isn't that the whole thing? It's like everybody freaking out about, we haven't.
It's true.
I get it, but I mean, we don't need to. I mean, I'm more worried about replacing Ramiro still from last year. That was a bigger loss. This guy could have went at any time, and I wouldn't have cared. I don't think he's as bad as what everybody. He's not the worst DP we've ever signed. I don't think,
not by a wide margin.
I don't. Some of the hate and stuff, I wasn't quite comprehending. I mean, he had some great performances for us, and he left a mark, whether it's good or bad. But he did less than what we paid him to do, but he still performed at some points. I think what his issue was what the issue is with a lot of Orlando City greats and DP signings in particular is they can perform, especially early in the season, and then as we get going and we need them at the down at the end of the stretch, it's just rarely ever are they peaking at the end. I think Facu was one of the only guys that got close to that, but he really, instead of peaking at the beginning, he just peaked in the middle and then kind of fell off in the playoffs. So but yeah, I mean, I'm not upset about it. I'm not upset. I don't think we're going to sign a DP, honestly, before the season starts.
We'll talk about that, but
but it is what it is. It's nice to have the slot there. It's nice not to have to worry about it, especially with the World Cup coming up. You never know what opportunities can arise from guys wanting to come before the World Cup or wanting to stay after the World Cup, and you can't really do anything if you don't have a slot available. So I think we're going to be.
That's very true.
Patient waiting for that.
That's very true. And I do want to go ahead and shout out Nick here. I don't know how he pulled it off, dumping Muriel, but MLS did us a solid on that deal. I will take it. Also, shout out to ILF with what you guys put on. I heard very good things. I believe, Eddie, you were there for that, the little event that they put on for ILF Day. I heard that it was awesome.
Nick with the invite.
Yeah, so I just want to give a quick shout out to the ILF for that. Always cool to hear events like that.
Always nice. Always cool.
Poppy, Gervais, and then they also had Ricardo and Jared Dillon there. Always a good thing.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, Gervais is really nice too. Gervais said he should be back after the World Cup. No point in rushing it and then having a big break.
Oh yeah.
So he should be back.
coming off of a big knee injury. Like, you don't want to be in that situation. So right. So Jake, hearing that you're going to be first year as a season ticket member, crazy thing to say. Gonna have to see you at the stadium more than one time a year. Then that's all I'm hearing.
Jake even before season tickets went to two games, sometimes depending on when he showed up. But he comes twice during the season at least. This guy's got more season passes than I do.
As long as they don't get rescheduled because we give it all in a fake cup that doesn't matter just to lose.
Can you tell that Alex hasn't let go of last year?
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I'm with Alex. Like, there was times Muriel, obviously probably the most talented player we had on our roster last year, right? He scored some bangers. He smoked Miami a couple times. He smoked Mexican teams, right? So he had some moments, man. That Philly goal with the left foot, he had some bangers. So did he live up to it? No. Was it frustrating? Yes. Was he the worst? No. It's been a little easy. He's been an easy target for sure. The Fat Louis Mocker and all these things. You know what I mean? So he was hustling and trying. Yeah. There wasn't like, I didn't feel like last year he was kind of like half-assing it. Like, I feel like he was hustling. He was hustling more. He just didn't have the juice, and
damn near ran himself out of his shorts,
Right. Listen, he literally, this guy, talk about leaving your heart on the pitch. This guy left his pants on the pitch.
When we signed him, nothing happened that we didn't anticipate when we first initially signed him. We thought that it was a reach of a deal.
Right.
I don't know whose decision it was, but it was kind of like to fill a spot. It was a quick developing kind of a reach. We all felt like it. And
because we're losing
we all had major questions about, number one, his fitness, because he hadn't played much in Italy before he came, and number two, how he wasn't a Poppy style striker. I mean, he never was. He was never the press and run, and he was never kind of that guy, which is why we tried to put him at the 10 and move him around places. But then when Ojeda got to what he was last year in the 10, it was like, we really don't need this guy anymore. So I'm hoping when we do replace that spot, we bring in a true, number 9. And I think I have confidence in Dunk, and I don't know if it's necessary immediately. So we'll see.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. So Ramiro was that guy that pressed that more Poppy style, so to speak. He was surprisingly good at hold up. He's hotter than the freaking sand in Saudi Arabia right now. So
I was gonna say, we've got Ramiro, 19 appearances, 12 goals in Saudi Arabia since he's been over there. Wild. Yeah. There was one graphic that the Saudi Pro League put up that was like Karim Benzema, Ivan Toney, and just Ramiro just in there. And I'm just like, what did we do?
Yeah, Ivan Toney's like, I should have placed a bet on this guy.
Yeah, got to bet on that guy.
Yeah. But well, I think it seems obvious the DP spot, just because we lost a 9 there, DP 9, it does seem like, and with Ojeda doing so well and the investments we put in on the wingers and midfield, it seems like you don't generally see a DP center back, right? And we haven't been linked with anyone that would fit that criteria. We haven't. We've only been linked to a DP 9. Seems like the obvious use of that is, to replace Muriel.
Yeah, and so I'll go ahead. It's really enough on Muriel. I don't think we need to talk about him too much, but the actual big news.
But Nesaka, that hat trick. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Love it. But the actual big news is Alex Freeman sold to Villarreal. That probably goes official within the next couple days. I believe he's been pulled out of camp in Mexico because he was there with the team. And if I'm being completely honest, I know a lot of people are like, up the price. He's a fullback scoring this many goals. We need more millions for him. I was like, unfortunately, because of the fact that he was on the last year of his contract, there is just not much leverage that the team had. But with having no leverage, I got to say, we got a hell of a deal for him.
Right.
I did not want to lose him. I know for a fact they didn't want to let him leave. But part of the reason Villarreal upped their offer is because they had injuries. They're using a young academy kid at right back. They just lost a starting center back. They kind of need him. So he's going to get a chance to play, but we're getting $4 million up front, potential for $3 million in add-ons, and there is a sell-on clause. So realistically, we're getting north of $7 million for a guy whose contract is about to expire, which means, funny money time. That's your max conversion of $3 million in game that you can go ahead and add to the team budget. I'm very sad to see Alex go. I wanted him to stay with us at least one more year. I wanted him to sign a new contract. They tried to get him to sign new contracts. Kid wanted Europe, and you kind of can't blame him with the way that he exploded.
This has been pissing me off lately. And it's just, people are, yes. Do we want to lose the kid? No, we don't want to lose the kid. You don't want to lose the guy that has great talent. Is he 21 years old and wants to play in Europe and grew up in our academy? Yeah, let the kid go. You don't want to be the club that holds a kid back, right? You don't want to be the club that loses somebody on a free. And his contract ended at the end of the year, which means, and not at the end of the year, we could have lost him for free. He could have checked out in June and signed a pre-contract, and he would have been
Mueller.
gone. Yeah,
Chris Mueller.
Yeah, he would have had to stay. But I mean, at that point, is he even going to be committed to the team? I wouldn't be if they wouldn't have, honored my wishes. And another thing about the money, if you don't know how MLS rules work, if you're complaining about the money, all you're doing is advocating for the Wolves to add a couple more $1 million into their already billionaire pockets. If the fee is over $3 million, we can maximize the amount of Garber bucks that we get, right? Anything over that just goes into the pockets of the Wolves. You're delusional if you think, oh, we should have gotten $2 extra million for him, because then they'll put that $2 million back into the club. And do you see all the stadium renovations they're doing? This $2 million ain't but a blink for these guys. That money's in the club, invested already. If they wanted to spend it, they're going to spend it. That's why we wanted new ownership anyways. That's what we got, right? I mean, over $3 million, we can convert it all. If it would have been under that, we couldn't convert the max. Yeah, then I'm kind of upset. But we got the max conversion. You're never going to see me advocating to put more money in billionaire pockets. It's just either they want to win or they don't. That's not. Investing in a player isn't going to come down to, oh, well, we didn't get $8 million for Alex Freeman, so we really got to watch the budget on everything else. Like, that's not going to happen, And Jake, you're saying, do we trade him for Gam? No. So when you sell a player overseas,
no, he said he didn't read it. He didn't read it. That's just Cleon.
Oh, Cleon, yeah, no, it's not in his contract.
No.
Yeah, his contract states he doesn't work in January.
Yeah. No, we're not talking about just us.
I did just want to say, shout out Comrade on the anti-billionaire stuff.
But no, I mean, it's just I don't care. Like, they bought this club was worth $800 million, like $2 million extra. Right. That would have made you happy, Yeah. It's late in the season. We can't really replace him. The biggest question I have is, the thing that I hate the most about this move is not that we lost Alex Freeman, is why the hell did we get rid of Dagger Dan if we knew this was coming?
Right.
Yeah.
We had a serviceable right back. We had a guy that had MLS experience, that has played with this team, that has played under Oscar Pereira, and has performed well at that position. Right.
We got a Furtis with him at right back the year before.
I would feel, man, I'm already through the roof for Alex and for the club, and showing that we can do this from the academy onward. It's really like the first guy that we've done this with that's actually played for the first team. And so I'm through the roof for that, but I'm just, the thing that kind of has me scratch my head the most is what was the purpose of selling Dagger Dan for, $500,000 in GAM or whatever it may have been. So,
which apparently was our record trade transaction, was the 600 and something $1,000 that we got for him. I agree with you. Like, I've kind of said to multiple people, I'm like, I look at the Dagger Dan trade as, well, we got rid of him because realistically, you're not winning a championship with him as your starting right back, or with him as your right back. So get what you can for him. And then I think the whole Alex Freeman thing, I don't know if they were anticipating that was going to get done. So it's one of those things where, it happens, and Now they got to buy right. They got to get it right back in 100%. Because right now we're starting Taifi at right back, and I like him. I think he's a good kid. I don't know if we're ready for him to be our number one right back coming off of like 100 and something minutes last year.
And he was injured too.
Yeah, and he did get hurt as well. That's also a solid point.
Yeah. Morocco Maldini.
Yeah.
Right.
Angulo season at right back, boys. I'm telling you.
Honestly,
hey, we saw him in preseason when we did 3 at the back. We did a wing back.
I almost would like that actually.
Someone sent a diagonal over his head, and then we never saw it again. The
preseason. That's fair.
Yeah. Remember, it was the preseason like open whatever match for the season ticket holder. Shout out Jake if he's here for it. They did the 3 at the back, and Gula was out there right back, and it was at the Casimir or whatever, and it was, and I don't remember seeing it anymore. But I mean, he's got the lung capacity for it and all that, but that's not the conversation. But Alex, great point. If we got Max Scam, the rest is just a drop in the buckets of billionaires. They're putting money into the stadium. They're putting money into the training facility. They're putting in the training facility is going to be expanded so that the Pride are eventually going to go to the training facility.
And no rotating lion statue, by the way. Still,
no, that's true. Yeah, exactly. And so they have so they're working on all that plus the upgrades to the West and all of that stuff and the West Club and whatnot. So they're putting money into the club. It seems obvious, right? So yeah, $2 million. If that keeps us from buying a DP, then whatever. But in regards to the way the mechanisms work in MLS, this is a win. The fact that we got this much, and and someone in their last year is good. Plus they have options. It can almost double. They probably have a sell on. I don't know how we got them to pay that on a player they could have waited a couple months. I guess they're on the brink of Champions League, and maybe they think he helps them get there. I'm not sure. I don't know how good of a fit this is because to me, Spain is, anytime you see Spanish players go to the Premier League, they always talk about physicality and speed. The MLS is similar in the sense of the Premier League, where it's a lot of physicality and pace and transition, right? And Spain is slower and more technical. I don't think Alex Freeman's a super technical player. He's not super clean touches, clean dribbling, and all that stuff. But I wish him the best. He's going to look great in that yellow. If he does well, I might get that jersey. And
he's got other MLS players there with him as well.
Right. He does. Yeah.
Got Tejan Buchanan and Tani Oluwayesi.
Yeah.
I don't know how to say his name, but it was in Minnesota.
He's gonna get ready because the Spanish are not. Back touches. He better
another podcast.
Yeah. It's not. He's got tough skin for that. But So I don't know how good of a fit it is. If I swear that I'd want him to do well for the sell-ons and all that, but he's got a potential chance. They've had interest for a while to play Champions League football. He's 21. That's fantastic. And look at and shout out to Javier Carillo, who was at Weston or whatever and down south, and he's the one that brought him up here when he came to us. Mm-hmm. And he coached him when his was the U15 won the national championship or whatever, right? He was his coach and he was using him. And I asked him years ago who's coming up, and he was like, this guy, and he said Alex Freeman. He's a really great athlete, really good about him. He told me that at a practice, and he nailed it. So and our academy is doing great in the off season. Then MLS offseason, they had some tournaments that did really well. They keep doing really well against the biggest clubs in the world. So this is a very impactful thing to say. One, we're a club who builds people up. We're a club who can build them. Actually, the true homegrown, who can make it through all the pathways through our club, right? We could sell them on. We're not going to hold them back, and we're gonna do right by them, and we're gonna develop them to be hopefully impact players in Europe. That's just going to bolster the academy more. More kids are going to want to come here, etc. More people are going to want to do business with us. And part of me thinks that might have happened with Dagger Dan too. Dagger Dan's just he could go somewhere else and maybe start. But right now there wasn't a pathway. Yeah. There wasn't. Is he a starting midfielder? If he's your starting midfielder, it's not to you're not going to win anything with him as your starting midfielder. And he wasn't, and the starting right back, maybe they were prepared to lose him on a free, and maybe Dagger Dan wasn't prepared to wait. Like, look, I don't want to see if he goes or not, right? I don't know. Maybe Dagger doesn't want to play right back anymore. Maybe he wants to play midfield. Who knows?
Yeah, we saw how it turned out with the last guy that was a young prodigy that was supposed to leave.
Right. True. Yeah, right. So it could, and look, the reality. If you look at Chelsea, that has a famous academy, and Man City or Arsenal, whatever. Most of these, for every Bukayo Saka, for every Phil Foden, there's a bajillion of them who don't make it. Academies should be to generate revenue. Academies expecting them to be super impactful in the first team, barring a player or two, usually a depth person, not anytime you get a starter from your academy. I know MLS is set up for that more than other leagues. That's a positive. But generally, academy is going to be depth and to sell on. That's just what academies are for. People get this idea you're not going to get a bunch of stars from the academy. It just doesn't work.
Granted, it's slightly different, but I had this argument with a couple Mets fans recently because they made that trade for Freddie Peralta, and they were like, "Yeah, but the prospects they traded away." I was like, "But the prospects could end up being nothing."
Right.
Like if you
Like
looked
the
at our
Dodgers,
2016,
yeah.
no, look at our 2016. I saw someone post it recently. Our 2016 top 30 prospects. 5 of the top 30 had an MLB career, and only one of them was of significance.
Right,
like you're trading
right.
them. You're trading away a lottery ticket for a sure thing.
Right.
So
Right. Like the Dodgers, they buy everyone, but they have the best farm system, and then every time they make a trade with the farm system, none of them come out to be good. Stuff like that. So you don't know what you're trying to win now, or you're just trying to build. There's too much football manager, too much like fantasy baseball. Remember, fantasy sports started with baseball. There's too much of this like prospects and this and that and arbitration and how much games does he have under contract, and then when you bring him up, and all of this stuff. But people just want to win, man. That doesn't translate to real life in the same way. If an academy guy comes up, great, but if we got to sell him, that's fine. Look at the other kid we sold. He played like 10 seconds for us, and we sold him to Spain for some money. I even forgot his name.
Belgium,
Granados. Yeah, we've been waiting for all kinds of people to do well, whether it's Alfredo, whether it's Fabian Loyola. We've been waiting for all of these homegrowns, and then a lot of them, where are they at, right? So we just need to, if someone's interested in one of them, and we got to move them, and if they come up and make an impact, even better. And also too, it's positive for the league. Enough of this, all the progress about this being a league to jump to Europe and to the better leagues, it's been held back by Messi and bringing his retirement crew and his corrupt Argentines. It's this idea that this is a spot that a league to springboard has been hurt by just bringing in washed players over here and then winning on top of it. Yeah, we went away from it. Now it's Son and Mueller and Alba and Busquets and Messi and Suarez, and who knows who's coming next. And now people are even Lewandowski. I mean, he's still balling, but it's just the trajectory of the league was what Freeman is doing. And it was that until Messi came, and then everyone just forgot about that. And I still think that's the right pathway for MLS to become an impact. We're never gonna be the main destination for players in their prime, not anytime soon. So let's get people to their prime and sell them, and then we'll get them. I think it'll work itself out better that way. Just learn, for sure. We need to learn our place.
I mean, the bottom line is he's not going to. You could feel some sort of way, when Duncan was going to go to Blackburn, right? It's a championship team. They were fighting for relegation out of the championship.
Right.
And, that's like, it's a championship, it's probably the same level. And yeah, it's England, but like, what if you get relegated to League One and then you're like third tier England? I mean, is that as good as hoping a celebrity buys your team? Yeah. But this is different. This is going to a top 5 team and a top 5 league, and
that's what I was saying to Eddie when the news came across.
2 league, honestly. I mean,
really, it's a team of history. That has history, man.
It's not going to the championship or the Belgian league even, or even France or anything. This is a big club, and it works. The bottom line to remember is he wanted to go.
Right.
And he was going to go no matter what.
And he wanted us to get money, which is great.
I was going to say, that's the last thing I was going to bring up.
Yeah.
Is in the post that we got from Tom Bogert when he posted this deal, he mentioned that Alex didn't want to sign a new contract, but he also still wanted to do right by his boyhood club that brought him in and helped him grow, and making sure that we didn't get nothing for him. which is part of why he ended up pushing this deal forward, which I think, it's one of those things where you kind of just have to respect him in a little bit in that regard, because he knows that he was honest with us. He's like, I appreciate the offers of the new contracts. I think it's time for me to go and test myself in the next frontier. Let's figure something out so that way you guys don't end this empty-handed. And this is, and he, like you said, Champions League. They're 10 spots clear of Champions League qualification midway through the season.
We should all be just so excited, so happy. We saw a kid come from last time of this year in the preseason. We had heard rumblings that the right back position was going to be open, and we thought that was crazy because Dagerden was one of the few guys that was actually decent the year before. And, we went from that to now talking about this in 1 year. You're talking about a guy that is going to go play for one of the top 20 clubs in the world, 25 clubs in the world, right? Probably going to play there. And not only that, but he's got a decent shot to be the starting right back at the World Cup at home.
13 caps. This kid came from OCB to 13 caps and 3 goals for the
best 11 in MLS.
Right? Yeah.
Best 11. He was our first ever best 11 player. He got a brace against Uruguay.
Happy, man. We should all be so happy, thankful, excited for the kid, excited to watch him play. Happy that he didn't leave us, and go on a free, and happy that the front office did the right thing. I mean, I see no negatives here, except that we don't have a replacement for him, and that's just sports, isn't it? I mean, that's what it is. Sometimes guys leave and you don't have a replacement, and most of the time that happens, it's much, much, much more dirtier and not as great of a story as what it is here.
Right. Everyone's happy here at the end of the day.
Let's say someone ghosted you, but they left you with a pile of cash. Best wishes. Thank you. You know what I mean? Okay, it hurt. You know what I mean? It's different. And we knew it was coming, and we should be proud of that. Plus, yes, anytime you sell somebody, the point is are we going to find someone as good as him? Probably not. So what's the point, right? But he wasn't going to stay. And look, we have money to be able to do something. We will see. If Taifi, I don't think he had that people weren't singing his praises in the sense of Freeman, but he could still be a solid player. And it's the same academy. He was playing on those same teams, right? So who knows what we have there? He could be above average. Who knows? And and he's versatile. I mean, he didn't look bad when he played. And then on top of that too, this is going to sound terrible, but you're bringing up Mueller, right? And we saw somebody checked out. And brother, at the end of the season, Freeman was checked out. He was not running back. Remember the last game? He was just not defending. So man, imagine if he stays here and we're towards the bottom and stuff like that.
Holding out.
He's got to deal with another one. He's not getting stuck in. He's not busting the gut up down the side there. There was a possibility, not saying his character, but he didn't look like he was all locked in towards the end when we were eliminated, etc. So I don't know.
Okay, so I want to move on, but there's a couple comments that I want to get to. First, I left this one up by Nick, and it just more people kept commenting, so I just let it sit. So here's the thing about this: the Facu sell-on, that's not going to impact anything whatsoever because they changed the way the rules operate last year. I think is when it used to be you could get up to 1.2 million per sale that you could convert to GAM. Now it's just a max of 3 million in a window. So by selling him above that threshold, we'll probably just convert the pure 3 million from just that sale, and then that's just game over.
Just for the free, so we're getting nothing. We got the Freeman sale that max of the 3 million. That's it.
The Facu sale is just going to be cash in owners' pockets most likely. So,
gotcha.
Which we do know from your talks with a source. I'll leave it at that. That there, even though some people said that it was only due to profits you were going to get something from, that is not true. We should still be seeing something off of the Facu sale, because it pays to have a guy writing up the documents that's intelligent. But I did want to go ahead.
No
and,
Will Johnson stuff going on here.
If anyone's looking for a prenup or ironclad prenup, you speak to the club. I got a guy.
they can help you out. They know a guy. So I do want to go ahead and just Wars had a couple comments in here. Can honestly say that I'm lost on our roster build this season. I can't form an opinion or even care at this point. And then selling academy prodigies on is unnecessary and expected, but to what end? What do we do with those funds?
Yeah, I mean, it's TBD. It is true.
The good point when it comes to this one, and I'll kind of leave it at, dude, we don't know yet. Like, this is the first time it's happened.
We will probably have a worse right back, because how are you supposed to replace Alex Freeman? You know,
where you have to replace
best 11 guy. Yeah.
You have to replace a best 11 fullback. But now we were sitting at like 3.5 million in GAM, so now we're going to be at roughly 6 million in GAM. I mean, realistically, if Ricardo wants to go, swinging, what the phrase is. If he wants to go in there swinging whatever he wants with that kind of money and get a player, he probably can. I don't know who's available, but you can probably get someone within league who's a top tier right back. Might not be, best 11, but that's always an option. There's going to be money that's going to be spent here, and you're saying I'm not sure where the roster build's going at this point. There's a lot of things that still have to get done. There's a couple deals that are out there right now. We have a big hole with that DP spot that's open that likely will be spent on a number 9. Important things that are to happen. So, and I do want to just point out here that Jake said, I think Freeman will have a better time in Spain than Mueller did in Scotland. And I just want to say, that's hard.
I never forget the
hawk picture or the owl picture, whatever
the owl
it was.
picture. Yeah, get out of my country, you owl shagger, or something. That was incredible.
And go to Barcelona for a weekend and have a better go at it than Mueller did in Scotland. So.
They did not care for Mueller over there. So okay,
yeah.
I got there's two transfers pending, so let's go ahead and talk about them right now. First is our third U22 arrival, because I didn't mention it, but I didn't think I needed to because he wasn't that impactful. Nico Rodriguez is out. So we had 3 U22 spots open. We have already spoken about Thiago and Luis Otavio. Now Iago is on the way in. He is a center back out of Flamengo, and he was also the captain for Brazil at the U20 World Cup. This kid has a very, very strong pedigree. Profile is kind of off the charts, and Flamengo, basically, he said he wants to play. Flamengo is not promising him a new contract because it's Flamengo, and they have a lot of players there already.
Spent 45 million on a gambling addict.
Spent 45 million on a player who honestly is not worth that. Which is surprising, but whatever. I digress. But this kid could be the real deal. Could potentially be our future at center back. And I want to point out, Eddie and I have always been critical, and I think Swag, you have too. When it comes to these U22 signings, we never really maximize the probability of them. Cesar worked out, we let him walk. Ramiro, we made a profit on, but looking at some of the other young guys that we brought in, Gaston never worked out. Nico didn't really work out. But we were bringing in lower profile guys. We've spent $11 million plus a potential $5 million in add-ons on these U22 guys. That's not insignificant money from what we used to spend.
Right.
So there is definitely a point of emphasis to spend money on higher profile guys. Like Thiago had, I think, 11 goals last year in all comps in Brazil. That's not nothing for a 21-year-old kid.
Not at all.
So Iago, I know Flamengo is playing Sao Paulo today, and I hope that they beat the crap out of them because screw Carlos Coronel. Iago wasn't in the lineup at all, not on the field, not on the bench. So there's a thought process that deal might be coming close to being completed. I've been saying that, especially with the sale of Schlegel. Janssen, as far as I know, he did not travel to Mexico because he's been nursing an injury. That's what I've heard. I don't know how true that is, but I've heard people say it. People that I believe sometimes. We need center back help because otherwise, other than that, it's Bracalo and college kids. But I think that this is a very smart signing. Oh, and Wilder, Wilder realistically could be thrown back there. Yeah. So
Yeah, I'm super happy about the U22s, Mike. We got a Brazilian trio, and
oh yeah, a big time Brazilian trio as well.
The name
and
sounds
to
fun.
me, this is how you build a roster. If I got to take over an MLS team and use 3 U22s and use 3 DPs, this is how I would do it. I would get a center back, I'd get a midfielder, I'd get a forward, and on my U22s,
Exactly.
and use the other 3 DPs as attackers. And that's looking like what we're going to do. You know, a lot of talk recently about we're not replacing people. There's, we've done pretty well at enhancing the talent, in my opinion. At least the potential, right? The potential for the talent, 100%. That's not debatable. But I'm excited about this guy. I'm excited about the other two U22s that we've signed. I'm worried about the center back depth, like you said. So the sooner they can come in, the better. And at right back, but we got guys that can play multiple positions. And I can tell you one thing: we're going to score goals. So that's not going to be up for debate. And our midfield has gotten better, in my opinion. We signed
Brian Ojeda,
Brain Ojeda, and
Brian Ojeda.
and we still, we have 2 really good midfielders that are MLS proven. We have the U22 coming in. We got other guys, the younger guys too. So I'm not worried about the midfield. I'm not worried at all about the front 3. It's really just solidifying the back line and bringing in Crepeau is, I think that's a great move. Yeah, Coronel, I just looked. He ditched us for Sao Paulo so he can go sit on the bench, which is quite interesting.
6 or 7, and he hasn't gotten a start yet.
That just reeks of player wrongdoing by an agent.
Oh yeah,
100%.
100%.
Just reeks of that. But hey, that's what you get, But I'm excited, man. I like this. I hope we sign this guy. He looks really good on paper. He's built well, and I think
I was gonna say he's built like a brick shit house, man.
He does, brother. Oh, you guys, Jake, me, we talk about our Brazilian thugs. His Newcastle has like 6 of them.
You got that Gabriel,
my God. Yeah, he's got. I brother. It looks like baby Gabby. Before he got big. He's got nothing like. And you know what? Remarkably, he doesn't have a lot of cards. Like he fouls the fuck. Oh, that's what we need. I want thuggery. I will say that we engage in thuggery. But be better, like Caesar did it, and it was hilarious. And
he wasn't in thuggery; he was in shithousery. That's different.
Right. He would panic and miss up. Like I want thuggery in a good way. Like I want him to talk trash. I want him, to with set piece jump on someone and look at them and step over them. The Iago, thug.
I think it was.
The names are fun. Iago, Thiago. Otavio. He's just like Iago and Thiago rhymes. Well, I'll figure something out with that.
I want to say I think it was LPO that posted like a small highlight package of him, but the first highlight was literally him kicking a guy in the head and then just looking at the ref like, what?
Right. That's what I'm talking about. Yes.
That's my kind of guy, man.
Iago is just his name. I hope his jersey he just has Iago. Bro, that's just a fire. Yeah, honestly, that might be leading for
call up Gilbert Godfrey and see if we can get him in to be like
right. Yeah, that's right. That's what I was thinking too. Yep. But that might be I try to get with all my kids, I usually get the new guy, the new DP. But man, Iago, and if I need like a random number, like Iago like 50 or something, like police. Like I need Iago 72.
Don't do a Crepeau did though. Like
what do you do?
I think he's rocking 71.
That's not for a goalie.
Like, brother, are you a tackle?
Was that the team? Like, was that the year the Canadians won the Stanley Cup or something?
I don't know.
I don't know. He's like Guy Lafleur, had a hat trick against the Boston Bruins or something.
I don't mind the 71 and the net. I must be different, but
yeah.
I do appreciate.
I'm an offensive lineman, so 71 is right. My alley.
Yeah, 71's for 71. I think it was Ralph who said I don't like my wingers having someone had like 77, and it's like, who is it, Angulo or somebody?
Yeah,
He said something.
Angulo.
He said, I don't like my wingers having numbers like a blocking tight end or something.
You can't have an 89, you know?
No. Who is no, that
Yeah.
was Marco. Marco got 87. Yeah. He said he can't have that was Marco.
87 at least. You
77 makes sense because that
you could go ahead and look at a wide receiver, but like 89, no,
Right.
that's Kevin Voss. Like
right. Yeah, right, exactly. So yeah, we'll see. But with these guys, with to talk about the roster, the U22s, the upside is there because Nico, I never was impressed by him, right? So and then we need like another 6. We have Wilders coming off a bum wheel, and then we have Gusky, and then to have like a 6 metronome and a Thugs, like he's got that little bit too. He's really clean and kind of he's already when I see a 6, I look at a couple things. Being able to get away with yellow type fouls, knowing when to take a yellow, right? And knowing like counter pressing, keeping the ball up high, reading the game, and also look at your body shape, how you receive the ball, how you turn, how you get out of pressure. Clean. I told Gerbay that he does a good job of that. Like one touch, he's like, yeah, this is how I learned to play. That's pretty good. Actually, that's what he sounds like. Proud of that. So my point is, these guys are upside, but it's a lot of ifs.
It is a lot of ifs. It is a lot of
mid-season form.
We don't want to be Justin Herbert. We don't want to be if man, but I do like the direction things are going. And one thing that I always say is a nice barometer on if you're making a good signing is look at the reaction from the opposing fans. With Thiago, with Otavio, and with Iago. Those Brazilian fans are pissed that they're coming to America with all 3 of them. They don't want them leaving Brazil. They want them either going to Europe or staying in Brazil longer. They don't want them coming here.
Yeah.
So that tells me we're getting good guys.
Right.
So there
or
is
they
one
think we're
other
going to ruin them and not help. And that's
we haven't done that with the Brazilian yet. We're fine. Argentinians and Colombians, maybe, but so I am going to massacre everything I'm about to say. But I believe it's Dusan Stojanovic.
That's pretty good.
From Jagiellonia, which that's definitely wrong, in Poland. Center back, he's a Slovenian center back. Apparently him and Bracalo have played together in like youth levels and stuff like that. Was a center back that won the Polish league in 2024, so just a year ago. Is allegedly on the way here at some point. I don't know if this deal is close to done, but it's been reported by Bogert that it was close. Which reminds me, we'll get Tom on the show soon to talk through a couple things. I feel like we got to. There's a lot going on right now. But he's also a busy man, soccer-wise, inside American soccer. He's got a lot he's doing. But this just kind of feels like the profile of the guy that another big Baltic like Slavic center back, Baltic Slavic, that Eastern European, like I'm kind of scared if I run into you in a back alley kind of guy. He also has some experience playing right back. He's a big dude too. I want to say he's like 6'2" or 6'3". So he's got some size on him, but I believe in João Moutinho used to play at Jagiellonia as well. So might have some experience with João. And Leon Flock, I think, actually currently plays there. He used to be with Philadelphia. He's going to know some MLS connections. And it looks like this deal supposedly got done. The player apparently wants the move. But he's been a starting center back for them for multiple years now. And, seems like a solid, looking at FootMob, he's a solid 7.0 guy.
Yeah.
So hopefully that's a good thing. But kind of hard to gauge the level of the Polish league. But it was also kind of hard to gauge what we were getting with Robin Janssen, and that worked out pretty well too. So it's one of those ones where you almost kind of just need to trust the scouting a little bit.
Right. I think our profile, first of all, I'd give, if JJ was here, I'd give him $20 just to say that name, because that's going to be an adventure. Right. I would, yeah. And then next, I think our profile is like, did you smoke cigarettes at an early age? Did your country, was it annexed by the Soviet Union, or is it war torn? Then you're just the person we're looking for. Come join Orlando City, So we've Brecalo. There's a lot of promise. You can see why they got him, and Jansen's worked out. So this one is a little bit of like a trust the system. But if we get Dusan, you did a good job. Stojanovic, what's it called? We get him. And then with Breckerlow, and then Iago, and all those four. Then we'll have depth plus the future, because Jansen's already old and seems to be breaking down a little bit. So yeah,
I know you'll laugh at this. I can't remember who it was that posted it. I know he's another one of our fans. He's also going to Magic Games a bunch. But when I posted something about him, he's like, "I'm pretty sure that guy used to play small forward for the Kings back in the early 2000s." And I was like, "Did we get a Peja Stojakovic reference?"
yeah, right, yeah. Vladimir Divac, nice, Peja Stojakovic. Yeah, what was that guy called? It's Dragon. Oh man, what a player! You're too young for that. That guy was a baller. Yeah.
This no, I remember him, but this
I remember Peja.
Oh, okay.
This reeks of three in the back for me. So I'm expecting a
brother. If we already have three. We have four. You want to waste all three of them at one time?
We had three all year last year. We wanted to run three, but we couldn't. So,
but I just never seen us look good with three at the back. But with our lack of fullbacks,
I think personally,
and frankly, Mirren would be better left center back than a left back.
I never like to speculate much, right? Especially about the front office and the coach and all this stuff.
Yeah.
But I have my opinions, and I think Rico might be. I think he's making this team for that shape. Personally, I think that's what we're looking to do, and it's time to shine, Oscar, or we got a new GM, and we'll find somebody that will fit in with that. But we've seen, in general. What was a decade ago? It was that 4-3-3 dominance, and that's kind of what it was all around the world, type of deal. And then people like to make slight adjustments to that, but slowly I feel like it's been shifting to that three in the back. And I think especially with how we play, and not having a right back also adds to that. And I think we have a guy that you can shift to that. Right back position, and I don't know if you'd lose much, to be honest. So
attack would stay potentially the same. Might lose a little bit in defense, but
attack's going to be better if Thiago's out left, Ojeda's in the middle, Pasalic is out right, and Duncan's up front. So it's going to be better than it was last year.
I can
midfield's going to be better. So.
I can see Angulo and Pasalic down the right hand side actually being a very lethal combination if they get it working.
Let's break it down. So the attack's going to be
left
better,
in preseason,
right? The midfield, I think, is going to be better. We have a lot more depth than what we did last year. That was a big thing, right? Not having the midfield depth. That was the hardest thing.
I was going to say we're too deep in all our midfield positions realistically right now.
Yeah,
I just love his name is spelled phonetically. Brian. That's how you say it.
Brian. And at goalkeeper,
I was going to say
it's hard to be worse at goalkeeper. No offense to Pedro, did great stuff for us, but man, an average guy would have done better than that last year. Right. So, I think we got an above average guy.
Yeah, Colonel would have been an upgrade probably, but Kerpo's probably a wash. Yeah.
Well, now he's
upgrade.
What's the matter, Colonel? Chicken?
Yeah,
I forgot what that's from, but anyways,
I don't know. I know what it reference to, but yeah, I'm with Alex too. If you look at certain spots, you look at the forwards, right? Duncan's going to come in healthy another year. Is it lack of depth there? Probably, yeah. Do we have another 10? I don't know. I bet Ojeda can do it or something like that if we need him to, right? Mm-hmm. And if Ojeda's out, the other Ojeda, Brian, and then Marco another year is just probably, a lot of times second year to do better. And on the left, I mean, Angulo can't be less productive than he was last year. Plus Spicer's bedded into the system more. Plus Thiago, who's very offensive. I think he's going to be like a Ramiro left, but he could also be striker depth. I think it's going to be a little bit of both. So maybe we're less deep at striker, yes, but on the outside, we could do it. Spicer could also play on the right wing. So he's really me, it's really Angulo and Thiago on the left, Spicer and Marco on the right is kind of how I see it. And then we didn't have a second 8 last year. Now we do. We have a good one. We have an upgrade. In my opinion,
I was going to say I think
Ojeda's better than Atuesta.
I think Brian Ojeda is better than Atuesta because Atuesta got lost multiple times. I'm starting Ojeda.
Ojeda Wilders,
sure.
if you're doing double pivot, that's the double pivot for me right now.
I
If you're
want
doing
to
that.
go. I'm gonna go ahead and try and see, like, test my Photoshop skills, and I want to go ahead and take a picture of Pinky in the Brain, and go with Tincho and the Brain. Like,
Yeah. Oh yeah. Tincho's
I'm creating the nickname for them,
There you
so
go.
it's gonna
There you
happen.
Yeah.
But
Biggest
realistically,
worry
like,
has got to be center back and then backup
The-
striker.
And fullbacks. Both fullbacks, to be
Yeah.
honest. We
Yeah.
left back. I mean, Marin, they don't. Nah, you know, he didn't have a preseason. He came in late. Yada yada yada. But he's a testament to what I was talking about the Spanish league being slow or whatnot. Like, oof, and I don't really want. I would like
So-
a left footer at left back. I don't want this Brekalo left back thing. You know.
Yeah, so that's realistically like what I'm looking at when I say what's next. I think those two center backs come in, and then we sign one of the college kids, which I mentioned, Nolan Miller. David mentioned Nolan Miller. I can see that being fine as far as the center back position goes.
Yeah.
You know, I'll feel comfortable. We need a right back.
If we have that five, one of them is not dressing, or one of them is going to be a right back too.
Yeah,
Maybe
say-
you know, maybe douchebag. Stojanovic.
that's,
wait, did I get that wrong?
yes, you got that wrong.
Dusan.
That's what I'm hoping for.
Dusan.
Yeah.
So we need a right back,
Dustin. Yeah.
potentially a left back. I think
Dustin.
they might let Marine get a run out at first, but I'd potentially see a left back. And realistically, other than that, like the midfield feels strong. I think that the wingers are where they're supposed to be. The only thing left is that DP9, you know, that center forward. I soccer wise said they actually don't want us to get a DP9. They'd rather us spend the DP on a left winger. I just don't agree with that based off of what's been built so far. But they also want to like kind of give, you know, Duncan that opportunity. Like, we put all of these elite attacking talents around you, be the guy. So I don't hate that idea, but he hasn't been healthy.
Thiago.
Yeah.
Right.
If you bring in a DP left winger, Thiago's never going to see the light of day. It's going to be another failed U22.
I agree.
There's no point, even if the guy's not performing. We already seen that. That's
right. He can't do worse than Nico last year.
And like I said,
He can't be worse than Angulo last year, man.
Brother,
You could bring
he
in-
gets two goals. He beats both of them combined.
why would we bring in a DP left winger? You could bring in, I said in the chat, you could bring in prime Neymar, and Oscar would still put Angulo's name on the starting 11 sheet.
Right.
Yeah,
So,
I think I pissed off.
I'd rather Oscar have no chance. You know, like that's honestly, that might be why we got rid of all the right backs, because Rico's probably saying you have no choice but to start this guy at right back. You have literally no choice. This guy is not in the attacking third of the field. I'd rather see Angulo try to play right back and Thiago actually play left back or left wing than Thiago on the bench and just keep shoving Angulo down our throats.
Right. So look,
You know?
if I could say this a little bit from the Q&A thing, there was discussion about how Angulo holding the whip helped us, you know, tilt the field to the left to give Freeman so much space, right? But if we don't have a Freeman bombing up there fullback, where we you know, Freeman was often our highest guy up. He was bringing out long balls. He was on the opposite of crosses. He was in behind the strikers. He was further up. You look at the heat map, he was further up than Marco a lot. So if we're not playing for right back that way, it doesn't matter as much that we have a left winger that's holding depth, because Thiago's going to cut in. Thiago's not going to be holding with. He's going to go out there, skin people. He's going to come in. He's going to cut inside. He's going to cut inside to try to score like Ramiro did. Ramiro was not a holding with winger. He was just a wide forward. Thiago's a wide forward. He's not a touchline winger. So it's interesting to see how we play, because if we don't need to balance it tilted to the right, like we did with Freeman, because he's Freeman, then does that make Angulo's traits less useful, right, to us? What am I talking about? He's going to start either way. What am I talking about?
Yeah,
I don't care if he starts. Just put him at the wing back position, in my opinion.
Right.
That's
right.
Yeah.
I'd rather have Angulo, even if you keep him on the left. I'd rather have him over Marine, 100%. Personally, I mean, at left wing back, than what? I mean, Adrian Marine is. I don't know how he's escaped under the radar. I mean, he had arguably the worst performances I've ever seen from a guy that came in to Orlando City.
He made me miss
Any
Emmanuel
year,
Moss.
I was waiting for
anytime,
that.
any amount of money that we've paid, it doesn't matter. Homegrown, draft pick, free agent, DP, it don't matter. This guy was
The elite
miserable.
name drop.
Hey, he almost had that goal, right? He had a nice assist there at one point.
That elite name
dude.
drop of Emmanuel Moss.
Emmanuel Moss.
I've never
Emmanuel Moss.
wanted to throw my TV watching Orlando City.
Falling asleep
Except
at the
when
back.
two
at the back
players
post.
have played.
And
Will
most
Johnson
times last
and
year it was
Adrian
somebody
Marine.
else's
That's
TV.
it.
Yeah.
Most times last year it was somebody else's TV, you know?
Ooh. Marine, David Mateos.
Oh.
Yeah.
Good throw.
Yeah, David
It was just as bad.
Saboteur, the man who took out Adrian Heath.
Except
he
at least
did.
Mateos was actively trying to be bad. We knew we've confirmed this. He was doing
We
it
know
on
that
purpose.
for a fact. He threw games to get Adrian Heath fired.
Marine
Yes,
was
that's a fact.
trying to be good, which is the scarier part.
Maybe he's better with the offseason, but otherwise, if he's not,
Yeah. TBD.
He just
he's
never
one of the.
looked like he cared. He never looked like he wanted to be here ever since day one. I mean,
We'll find out.
he looked
Yeah.
lost the whole time that he was on the pitch. I pull my hair out watching that guy.
So
I know it's a saying, I'd rather be playing a man down, but like literally I see he's the reason this saying ever came apart because, that's because of guys like him. Because when you watch him play, 95% of the time you're watching him play, I'm like, I would rather him just be not on the field.
You just say he's the reason that saying was invented.
Yeah, every old saying and that was breathtaking. Well, that's because somebody saw something one time and it actually took their breath away, and then it became a thing, right? The whole reason that somebody ever first said I'd rather be playing a man down is because of performances like how he had. I mean, that was the true testament to the word.
Yeah.
Saying.
So to Spicy's other point here, what about Yearwood, the draftee, and then Atuesta for Ojeda relief? So realistically, bringing in Brian Ojeda and Atuesta and Martin Ojeda, I think they're all going to kind of rotate. Martin's the starter, obviously. The other ones will rotate, and then whoever needs rests. Like those are all more attacking-minded players, with Martin being the most attacking-oriented. As for Yearwood, he got a red card in the first preseason game, so I do not know how well that went. Yeah, getting a red card in your first preseason game.
It was a second yellow too. I didn't hear. I heard some people who were there say he didn't look ready for prime time. Is what the
So he maybe he'll get some time with OCB.
Right.
There's some interesting prospects down there, but the way that I'm looking at it, I could see that Nolan Miller kid. I can see him getting a contract potentially on the supplemental roster. This might be a shock to some of you guys, but I've been doing some digging around. I think Justin Ellis is going to sign a homegrown contract now.
Bro, the way he cooked that guy the other day and gave him a stank face.
That stank face made me say, "Get that goddamn deal done."
He's up there on the Eddie list of jerseys for thugs. That was like, oh yeah.
So he just looked at that poor Canadian soul with disgust.
I got a nickname for him already. Just incredible.
Oh God!
Yeah, just in time. Hey, when he gets on the other side of a cross, just in time.
Just in time. There you go.
We gotta make it happen.
I love you and I hate you so much sometimes. Tomato.
Yeah.
but no, I kind of been looking around. I'm not seeing as much like stuff with him getting tied to Europe. He didn't have like that amazing of a year with OCB last year. So I'm gonna keep my fingers crossed. I think that they're gonna go ahead and get a deal done for him. I think Miller's gonna get a first team deal, but he's gonna play mostly with OCB. And then it's just gonna be a matter of you got to get a right back. You have to decide if you're gonna go ahead and just trust Marine at left back. Maybe Tahir Reed Brown can become this year's Alex Freeman.
Playing like a bench.
That kid's put on mass. Like he looks big. I'm excited to see him play more because he's definitely one of the most talented kids coming out of the academy. But and then it's just a matter
Nick's
of
comment is interesting. I like that. My bet's on Atuesta. I mean, this is the last year. We only did a 1+1 anyways, right?
Yeah, I could see Atuesta getting moved potentially, for sure.
Yeah, and I mean, I expect Wilder. I expect him to at least in the beginning of the season, which starts in a month, might I remind you, and we have one healthy center back who usually plays left back. I expect Wilder to be starting center back on day one. Personally,
I could see that. I could see that. But yeah, the only other thing that I'll add, and when we got the whatever Bogert put out in the Athletic about the the sale of Freeman and like what expectations were, he said that Orlando City would like to fill the DP spot this window. So if the deal gets done, that's awesome. Well, here's the thing. They said I agree with the way that Ricardo said. I think it was an interview he did with Mike Gramajo earlier this year, where he's like, in a perfect world, yes, we want that done, but like it's not always going to happen. Like, right. So
let Duncan the want roll. Is there. Let Duncan roll. We're not going to do a DP anything other than a 9. I just soccer wise, whoever it is, I'd put a good chunk of money that the DP replacement that we bring in is going to be a number 9. It's going to be a striker. You got Duncan. We're paying him $1 million plus. Let him at least get a chance. And then
we don't have a backup though.
We don't have a backup, but you're not bringing in a DP9 to be a backup. And I don't want Duncan to be the backup, paying him $1 million. So let him roll. Let him go. If he scores 10 goals by the World Cup or 15 goals, if he starts hot and goes, we sell him in the summer and then bring in a DP9. Do what we tried to do 2 years ago, except this time we actually do it right.
Like I said,
we do it with a club that's going to do it right.
I'm content with giving Duncan the run out and seeing if he can get it done. I'm totally fine with that. If they decide they want to go and get a DP before the season starts and it's the right deal, by all means, I'm on board. Yeah, but you're going to have a lot more opened up to you post World Cup.
Right.
Like, and a lot of players are going to want to come here at that point.
Right, and Nick pointed out too, eventually, to the way it's going to be attractive, the way that their scheduling is changing eventually.
Calendar line,
yeah, exactly. But the Ricardo did say like that's the goal. Like he wants, they have a DP spot and they're aware of it, but he's not going to rush or overpay either. He's not desperate. They believe in what they have here.
These are decent points too from Nick and Derek. Derek's more of a joke in the fact that we have Wake Forest legend Harvey Sarajan, but Nick a little bit more on the nose. Sorry, Derek. It does say something that Harvey got signed before we even went to camp. They like Harvey for sure. And also just
where does Harvey play again, just for the folks?
Technically he's a striker winger, but it also looked like he was playing right back at one point. So they who knows, they're finding ways to get him on the field. I think they like his athleticism.
Yeah. Hey, are you saying a guy named Harvey can play 2 different positions? Two-face?
Don't do it. God damn it, man.
I got that joke Tourette's. Sorry.
Yeah, we know. No, but because of the fact that you put this up here, Derek, I just want to tell a quick funny story. Is I did reach out to Connor being like, hey, I know you can't probably tell me anything, but you guys haven't posted any hints about the new kit yet. Can you give me any kind of hint so that way I can update our podcast branding? And he said, LOL, no.
So Mike is guessing on the black. He's guessing.
No, this black background, it's just one of the plain ones that was available in StreamYard. I haven't done anything. So do not take that as any form of hint. That is me just putting something out there.
This looks like the first PowerPoint I did like in 2001. Background.
Yeah, basically. So yeah, last 2 things here, and then we'll shout out and get out of here and finish up. Facundo Torres is heading to Austin. Cesar Araujo is heading to Tigres, apparently.
That's a perfect fit, bro. That's a right before. They're gonna love Cesar Tigres.
I'm a little surprised that he's going to Mexico, because all the talk was he wanted to go be closer to family and go to South America. So now he's not. That's a little weird. But it is what it is.
He's like close enough.
Yeah, I guess so. That's why it's doing that. I was like, there's a 10-second timer on this one for some reason, and I'm like, why does it keep going away?
Jake feels good about what the kit's gonna be, the third kit.
Got some news. No. Hopefully it's good. I'm excited for it. We are getting a third kit this year, which is cool. We did hear that apparently, like, Facundo Torres was potentially interested in coming back to Orlando, and we just really don't got the space for him. So, I think we upgraded as far as Marco Paslic goes.
Mhm.
Don't believe everything you see as far as from some of the journalists out there, because sometimes they're just saying stuff that doesn't actually make sense. But there are no like rights or anything that we had to him because of his transfer. Like that's not true at all. That's not how the league works. But anyways,
fine not bringing it back.
I'm fine not bringing it back. I think Paslic is a better player. Like all of Paslic's goals, none of them are penalty kicks. Like I'll take all bangers. I'll take 14 goals over 17 goals when they're all actual run of play goals and not 8 or 9 PKs. Like
I like Jake's that better. Putting his money on a red kit.
The only thing that I've heard in regards to one of our kits is that it's something that we will have not seen before. So I don't know if that necessarily means red.
But we still have an away kit. We still have an away kit.
Well, that's what that could be the third kit. The third kit could be red. Nick, you said I hope the third kit's not like a parlay kit. It is actually a legitimate third kit, from what I understand. It's not just a one-off game kit. So,
gotcha. Well, someone told me that. No, I think I said that we're getting 3 new kits. I was like, no way.
Yeah, I don't. We're not getting a new home kit, but February 10th. So we're close. February 10th, the new kits drop, and they put all that stuff out there today. So, we'll find out for sure.
Happy birthday to me. Well, yeah, fellas, exciting year.
Yeah, exciting year. Got any shout outs to close things out?
I didn't talk about Facu or Cesar.
I don't care.
I don't give a damn.
Me neither. Facu was great, one of our best players ever, but I don't care if he's not back or not. I don't care.
You guys know me. I am very much anti bringing back former players. So whenever people say that, I just like, I got nothing to say. You've seen me fight with how many fans over Adrian Winter?
Like, yeah,
right. You're talking about the original hater from back then, before I even knew you on the app.
From what we've heard, there's 2 sides to a deal, and one of the sides wanted Facu back in Orlando, and it wasn't us. So.
I do, Alex, to your point, you said that maybe Ricardo sent out Dagger and then Freeman, so he has no choice but to play Angulo on it. Just to add to you, I don't know if you're right, but just to add to your argument, he also saw Kyle Smith also didn't get re-signed. So he can't even play his gringo son out there at right back. Like, he took away.
They did try to bring him back though.
They did try, which they should have tried. I mean, he deserved that, but he's back home since
whatever.
Eating diarrhea chili.
Yeah, there you go. Derek says, "I'm sorry, Facu has to play for a tragedy organization now."
Yeah, we don't even play him this year, so I don't care.
Exactly. I'm not too pressed about it. All right, Alex, I'll go to you first. You got any shout outs this week, man?
Man. Shout out to me. Shout out to me and my family. We're having baby number 2 on the way.
That's right.
July. July,
I was I'd like to go ahead and proudly say that I was accidentally told first.
Oh yeah, Eddie, you remember when I said, "Well, boys," in the chat like 2 months ago?
Yeah.
And you're like, I thought you were going to share some big news or something. Yeah, that was it. And Mike called me on my crap, so I had to tell him. So
yeah, he said something. He said some other bullshit, and he was like, "Yeah, this is what's going on." And then I was like,
"Yeah, once I read that,
I was expecting like, some kind of big, profound something or other. That didn't seem like a well boys kind of moment." And he's like, "You're right, it wasn't. Right. I'm not allowed to say anything."
Hey, and my boy's been my boy's been traveling around the gallivanting around the United States. Talk about outperforming your XG. This guy. Way to go.
I went home for 2 months, gone for 7. My contract ends June 30th, and baby's due July 18th. Baby girl. It's gonna be a girl. I stuck the landing 1-1. So 1-1, nice. I'm done.
Well, yeah, my friend gets in front of goal. In front of it will just stop there. No more extending. Oh no, Mike. I guess Mike's got a shout out. I don't got anything at the top of my head, but yeah, congrats on you. And the dad joke as a girl dad. I'll do a crash course.
So as you know, it just felt like a perfect segue that Alex gets to talk about his baby and I get to talk about mine.
The amount of musicals Alex is gonna go to because he's gonna drag her there is gonna be hilarious.
Oh yeah, you're gonna make your kid a musical theater kid, 100%. Fun fact for everybody to now know that.
Yeah. Go ahead, Mike. Go
My
ahead.
son already
yeah.
loves that sort of stuff.
There you go. You got the whole family. It's a family affair. That's great.
It's genetic.
There we go. So yeah, no. I'll also just go ahead and shout out myself because you're looking at the 2-time in a row champ of Manscaped League One. The belt stays in Colorado, baby. I'm excited about that. So
this shows up here.
Eddie got the shield though. Eddie got the regular
shield.
season shield.
I got the old Red Bull trophy. Just get the shield and they'll get the title.
So that's me and Matt Hawley are now the only 2-time champs in the league, and that's who I played in the championship. So he was either going to be a 3-time champ or I was going to join him. It was a heck of a matchup. Shout out Matt, love you. But it stays in the chat,
Matt.
Yeah, get back in the chat. We lost Lee again.
If you want to follow Lee, our buddy Lee, go to Threads. Yeah,
I think go to Threads, go to Blue Sky. He's probably might still be talking crap about Elon Musk. I don't know. We'll find out.
Yeah, for sure. Shout out. I got. Jeez, what do I got? I don't know. I can't think of anything, but shout out. You know what? Shout out to the I Left. That was a great event. They did a good job.
Yeah, there you go.
Really nice.
Especially we having Nick in the chat most of the night tonight.
Right. No,
nice.
But they've always been nice to me. Nick and Kyle and Ralph and Logan was real nice, and others too I've always been a real kind. I've been kind for a while to me. I had my stuff with the supporters groups when I was a couple years ago, but you get to know some people. I think as things change, so there was just some differences, but we all love the same things, so it all Noah too. Shout out to them making me feel welcome, making a lot of people they look like they're growing, and I can see why. Looks like I feel like they're on a good path, and that event was super cool. And I re-upped the membership. I didn't have it before because I was like, I don't do anything. Like you guys do so much. I'm just, but they're like, they're like, it's okay, just be part of it when you can. So I was like, you know what? What's a membership goes to a good cause anyway. So why not? So, so shout out to them and shout out to the group, and the supporters are infinitely important. It's part of the culture. It's part of makes Orlando City great. Everyone, it's always good to be part of something. And so if you feel like, if you're new, if you listen to our podcast, listen to the other ones too, whatever, we don't care. There's a lot of us on the same train, and there's groups and there's places you could fit in and be a part of something. And that's important, especially for guys.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll also kind of add on to that, we've missed doing this. That's why we probably go a little bit long today, because we wanted to talk, because we also haven't been online to talk to each other in a little while. Right. And seeing all you guys in the comments talking to just makes me excited, because now we're doing this. Granted, you guys more so than me. I've only been a couple seasons, but now 9 years of Orlando Lions is awesome. Gonna keep rolling. That's all we're gonna do.
I still never forget that when I tweeted out, should I start a podcast, and it was like 7 votes, 4 yeses, 3 nos. I just thought it was so funny that people went out of their way to give me nos. I thought that was so funny. Then JJ DM me, hey, I got some ideas. Let's make one, and that's how it got to go, and that's how it started. But shout out to those people who said no, because that's freaking hilarious. 9 years later, I hope you're still there.
It's fun, man. We have a great time, and we started in 2018, which is, the worst year you could have started, and then made it through COVID, and have stuck with the times, and we got Mike, and we have some great contributors, and they couldn't do it without the people that comment, and the people that come in after, and the Den After Dark, and contribute, and it's really a fan thing. It's we just like to sit here and talk about Orlando City, and we enjoy when you guys join us. So we're excited for another year, and no matter what happens, we'll be here.
We got some fans who love this club for everything, and who know their stuff, who know a lot about football, know a lot about this club, and the travel, they do so many things. So it's great that they, fans of that caliber even bother listening to us. So that's super cool. We learn from them, and we're just glad to be part of this whole community. So 2026, guys, the more I talk about it, the more I think there's a lot of upside. I'm getting excited. I was like, what's going on? But I always talk myself into positivity. So, it's better that way.
After the way last season ended, man, it's like,
we weren't going to win with that team. We weren't going to win.
It can't get worse. I mean, it can get worse in the standings, I'm sure. But I mean, the way that I felt, and I think the way that all of us felt,
Right.
at the end of last year.
We
It
felt
was
a
just
little
kind of
helpless
like,
at the end.
It was
yeah,
deflating.
we had 50 something points, and we had a decent year, and it was just, but the way that everybody felt going into that play-in match, it was just like we didn't care anymore. You know,
Right.
at least I
was
didn't care
apathy.
anymore.
There was some apathy last
And
year.
That was the
so
second
now
most
I
amount
think
of
that,
points we've
nice to
ever
have that.
scored in a season.
Most goals,
and,
you know,
and it had us in eighth, you know, like, or ninth.
right.
Like,
Right.
you know,
And
it
honestly,
was just,
had me feeling at the end of the year just about as worse as I've ever felt as an Orlando City fan. So going into
Yeah.
this year, a lot of changes, a lot of roster moves, changes in the front office, changes at the stadium. It's exciting.
it's needed.
I mean,
It's
you
needed.
have to be excited. So
And that's the thing is, you know, yeah, there's a lot of
Derek.
change. People are scared, you know, but it's one of those things where I think this team's going to be more talented at the start of the season.
Derek, I also can't believe that you flew 1,300 miles on 3 days' notice to watch that when we knew what was coming.
Right.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, that's fair. And Jake, to answer your question, tons.
Oh, nice. Yeah, brother. Yeah.
Well, there's tons of dumb bets all the time, always.
Right.
You know, I'm gonna try and get us sponsored by Hard Rock, so that way I can give you Mike's dumb bet of the week.
Right. Look, no, yeah. I mean, I honestly think Polymarket being an MLS sponsor is mostly because of Mike.
Yeah, I actually no. I'm actually against that, to be completely honest.
Oh, okay.
If you want to go ahead and sponsor,
Mike's not a noob. He doesn't use Polymarket.
No,
right, yeah.
no,
Mike's does old fashioned. He's got a bookie
All
and meets an alley.
Yeah, no, his name is D'Angelo, okay, and he will break my legs if I don't pay him.
Right.
You know, he's got a pair of cement slippers waiting for me. You know, so
right.
But no. My high horse when it comes to that is if you want to go ahead and be sponsored by a sports book, be sponsored by a sports book. That's fine. Like the whole we're a prediction market. That's bullshit to just say that you're gambling but not be gambling. It's so annoying.
They're over here betting on
like
the government actions and stuff.
Kalshi's the other one. Kalshi's the other one. They got ads. They got odds on what they think is going to happen on CNN. What is that? Like, do you think the president's going to be assassinated today? What? Like, what are we talking about?
That's crazy.
If they had odds on the cursing on tonight's show, we probably would have hit the over.
Yeah,
so,
we did more than we should have.
Yeah,
I'll put the explicit mark on Spotify. My bad.
Hey, at least you avoided the F-bomb.
I almost put one of Derek's comments on it that had an F-bomb on it, but I didn't because I thought better of it.
One signing I hope to do is,
you.
Right. All I do hope is that if we get Deuce on a Slovenian, we get the same person that helped the first lady get a green card, when we could save up an international spot. Speaking of famous Slovenians.
We do need a couple green cards, I'm pretty sure. So
yeah. It's not a green card.
Maybe they can make a movie about him and it'll have more than 6 tickets sold.
Yeah. Yeah, I go to Alamo Draft House and they weren't even offering to show it, man. Like they're like, we show good movies here.
And shout out to his name is Alex too. He's the Hawkstown Hooligans. His name is Alex. I was like, what's your actual name? He's like, believe it or not, it's Alex. I was like, really? He told us that he actually likes when we're like an hour, whatever, in talking about fantasy or whatever. He's in our meeting. I was like, at that point, if you're still listening, that's on you, man. You know, like whatever. Yeah. We just nothing we do here is like we think people will like this segment. We just talk about whatever we want, you know. Yeah. So I appreciate the fact that some of you guys still here and listen to us. And then they actually let us. Yeah, Mike, back-to-back champion, he deserved it. I mean, I did too, but whatever. Matchups.
So that's the most butthurt thing you could have possibly
done. Yeah, I won 8 straight.
So did I.
I won 9 of 10, and the time I lost, I scored 152 points. 9 of 10.
To be fair, I think if I didn't beat Alex, because Alex, I beat you in one of the playoff games, right? If I didn't beat Alex, I think he was going to win the whole thing. So,
thanks.
It was between one of you two if it wasn't me, you know, for whatever that's worth. It's worth nothing.
Yeah.
But
everybody loves Alex. Yeah.
Well, thanks for listening, everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for always being here.
The preseason prediction, I guess, huh?
Yeah, well, I might. If it's not the preseason prediction, I'll get. I'm going to talk to Tom and Goss from Soccer Wise and see if I can get them on for something. But that might have to be a midday thing. So.
If they have you on, but if he's on ours, I want to join in too with Tom.
Yeah,
I did.
I'll try and get them on for one of ours. But that might have to be a day thing, so we'll figure it out. If it's during the day, we'll make sure it still gets up everywhere. If you guys can't join,
if it's before 2, just assume Cleon's sleeping and reach out to me.
Yeah.
So I have the most flexible.
He's sleeping, he's flying, but yeah, it's that a preseason pod, and then we're jumping into it. So you got a long episode today. You'll get one more long episode for the preview pod. And then we're going to be back to our regularly scheduled 1-hour episodes for the guy that gave us feedback last year saying this first episode's way too long. But we love you because you did listen the whole season. I think we're friends on PlayStation now. All right, guys. Vamos Orlando. We're excited about the season. Bunch of moves going on. We'll see y'all next time.
All right.
Thanks for joining us this week on the Orlando Lions Den podcast. Don't forget to follow us at Orlando Lions Den on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. See you next week in the Den.